Hey everybody, welcome to Gentleman's Oracle. I'm your host, the Oracle, and today, as promised, we're going to do what I call the Battle of the Roses. Well, probably helps if I did it that way. All right, so we talked in the last video, I talked about these two different combos. This is Lattafa's Bade Oud Amethyst, or everyone just calls it Amethyst. Then you've got Maison Alhambra's Infini Rose. Both have been purported to be dupes or clones of Initio's Atomic Rose. Is that true? Well, one of them is, the other one not so much. So stay tuned. First, let's get into the nitty and gritty, guys. If you like what you've been seeing, please subscribe, please like, definitely comment. Good, bad, the ugly. I want to hear what you guys got to say. Love the feedback. But let's get into this one. Maison Alhambra's Infini Rose. It has top notes of bergamot, pink pepper, Gideon, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, jasmine, Madagascar, vanilla, amber. It is also considered a clone of Atomic Rose, which also has the exact same notes. However, they are slightly different. Now, Amethyst, very similar. It has bergamot, pink pepper, no Gideon, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, Egyptian jasmine, Madagascar vanilla, amber, but also oud in it. At least that's what Fragrantica tells you. What they also don't tell you, or what they don't tell you, is that this also has some patchouli note and some nutmeg notes. So the difference between these two are very simple. This one is a dupe of Initio's Atomic Rose. This one, they took their Oud for Glory, which is a dupe of Initio's Oud for Greatness, and put some rose on top of it. And it's pretty good. It's actually darn good. Now, which one do I prefer? Well, we'll get into that a little bit. So first, if you're looking for a clone of Atomic Rose and a pretty good one, this is the one to go with. I know everyone's been saying this is a clone. Sorry guys, they're wrong. It's just not. If you've got it, you know it's not. If you smelled Atomic Rose with this, you know it's not. If you, I mean, they're just not close. The only similarities of this and Atomic Rose is this has rose scents in it, which means every rose scent is a clone of Atomic Rose. But this one is actually. But how it differs is that the way Atomic Rose opens, it opens with a lot smoother than this one. On this one, the citruses come out a lot more strong, and they do kind of maintain a slight prominence throughout the scent. Whereas the actual Atomic Rose, the aromatics, the Gideon, the jasmine play a much more prominent role in it. And so what you get with this one is that you get a fresh citrus rose scent that you can pretty much wear year round. And in my last video talking about clones, I told you guys the response I had with this one. Ladies like rose scents, guys. I know some of you guys don't care to wear roses, but give this one a shot, especially for the price point. It's like sub 50 bucks, and honestly, I wouldn't pay more than 50 bucks for it. But it's a really good scent, very sophisticated, very sexy. You walk in, you're gonna command attention. This thing beams, guys. And what I mean by that is that you get, man, it lasts all day. And it projects like a beast. Matter of fact, I put 3 sprays of this baby on, and that's it. Because I know I'm smelling like a flower in the, I would say a lily in the valley, but it's a rose. So I'm walking in the room telling everybody I'm a rose like any other, baby. So get this one, you know, this is what's up. Now, for the dudes that aren't quite into rose, but you know, you kind of want to dip your toe into it, that's where I would put Amethyst involved, okay? The reason why Amethyst is a darker, richer resonance, I'll be honest with you, it's a different type of sexy, whereas this one is much more sophisticated. This one has a sweetness to it, a depth to it, a richness to it that definitely leans more to Close Encounters, if you know what I mean. Now, one of the things to be mindful with this one is that it, again, projects very well. It does very, very well in terms of compliments, things like that. But it's probably more leaning towards your fall and your spring because it is kind of deep, dense, and rich. Now, if you are a guy and you're not sure if you like rose, you hadn't really played with it, you just don't know, this is a great one to get started on, because you get that under oud for glory / oud for greatness scent. And, it's got kind of very masculine, sweet, spicy sexiness to it. And then you've got the rose on top of it. And one of the things that you hear people describe as a candied rose, I didn't know what they meant by that either. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, what? I've never eaten a rose before in my life, so I have no idea why anyone would say candy. I'll tell you what they meant by that, guys. Basically, whereas most rose scents, or even when you think about a rose or any type of floral scent, you always think aromatic. It's in the air. That's what we think about, the aroma of the flower. This one, the rose is denser and it's thicker. So it's less aromatic, but it's also in some respects sweeter. So it adds this almost, as they say, candied effect to it. And so what you get is a very cool, sexy rose scent, especially if you're for guys. Now, both of these are considered unisex. They're both unisex. I'll wear both of them. And I would say this one is definitely more middle of the road unisex. I wouldn't even say this leans feminine. I mean, if you, guys, if you have or have tried MFK's L'homme à la rose, which is basically translates into man's rose scent, this is very similar to that. This is very similar to that one, actually. Which that one is very similar to Atomic Rose. The difference is that, again, the citrus, the aromatics come out a little bit more, not quite as dense, yada, yada, yada. But if you've ever wanted to try MFK's L'homme à la rose, or if you own it, you're gonna love this one. And again, if you want something, you want a rose scent, but you want to be a little bit sexier, a little bit more intimate me time, you're gonna want to go with this one, guys. So that's kind of the breakdown on these two. I love them both. It's not redundant to have both of them. They are very different scents, guys. And so if you see anyone else trying to say they're similar, they're just not. The Oracle is going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you how it TI is, as you know what they're saying. So definitely get them both if you can. Do not fall on the hype train though. No more than $50 for either of these. They're great scents, don't get me wrong, especially for the price point. But as you guys know, sometimes you can go up to 80, 70, 80 bucks. And no, 30, 40, $50 max, and you'll have these. Anyway, if this is any value to you guys, please like it. Definitely subscribe to it. I've got more videos coming. Definitely comment if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you have opinions on these, or if you have other rose scents that you would like for me to review, please put the comments at the bottom. Appreciate you guys watching. Oracle out.